Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Okay. When you have someone in your life, maybe you as a lady, you have a boyfriend, or a little bit this way, not really a boyfriend now. You've gone beyond the boyfriend level, and you have a man that has a lady in his life, and you both plan to get married in the nearest future. But everything that this man says or does doesn't have you in the picture. You should know that something is definitely wrong. If all he's planning about, he's not even talking about you in his life in the future. He's not talking about, all he does is me, not us. Then something is wrong. And I can remember those days when we were dating. Anything he wants to do, we have to consult together. We have to agree on it. If it's something we don't agree, it's gone out the door. He might bring it back later if it's something that he really likes. He will bring it back later and then we'll talk about it. But as long as one party is not for it, then that thing is definitely not going to work. But for us young ladies and young guys, I once asked a lady that has been divorced and she's married again, and she said that her first marriage lasted probably about 10 years. And I said, what went wrong? She said, well, he seems to like his toys than me. And I said, what do you mean by toys? He said, when you see a man that all he invests on is cars, games, games, cars, he wants to throw a party, he doesn't care about what is going on in the house. It's the lady that is always, footing the bill when it comes to the things in the house. Then something is wrong. Something is just not right. He said they've talked about this over and over again before they got married. And their agreement was things were going to change. Ladies, let me tell you something. If you talk about things before you get married, and you know that this thing is going to become a problem when you get married, and it doesn't seem to change at that point in time, he's not going to change when he gets married.
Yes, absolutely.
Nothing is going to make it. As a matter of fact, it's going to get worse. So when you see a man that all he does is me, myself, and I, he doesn't care if you're eating, while you're dating, he doesn't care how your work day has gone, it's going to get worse. Because he's never had you in the picture. He's never had you in his life. He's never had you in his thoughts. Just the way Christ has us in his thought always. He wants the best for us. He wants everything that is the best to happen to us. That is the way whoever you're going to get married to or whoever you're dating should have you in his mind. He should always have you as his priority, not his second priority. As a matter of fact, some very blessed men will put you first. I'm not saying they should put you before God. God comes first. But whatever they're planning, they always have you in their thought. They always have how is it going to affect you? How is this going to help you? Or how is this going to hinder you? That is what they think of first. They don't take steps without them thinking about you, having you in their mind. You have a guy that you're dating, you have a lady you're dating, you guys don't talk to each other probably once or twice a day. Trust me, when you get married, it's not even going to care. I've seen people write for help. There's this group. It got to a point I had to delete it. All they talk about is, he goes to work, he doesn't get in touch with me till he gets off work. When he gets off work, he's at the beer parlor drinking. Or on Fridays, he's off with his friends. He doesn't show up until Sunday morning. Something is definitely not right. So please, let's do it to whatever way.
It's for our sister Taya. So it's, what are the qualities to look for in a significant other? And it's a two-part question. And the second part is, we've been getting a lot of messages saying, we should flee from abortion. So as a church, what are the ways that, we can teach our children, teach our youth in this church to, flee from abortion? Thank you.
Good morning, church.
Good morning.
I'll start with the first question. How do you know, what are the qualities to look for in a significant other? The qualities. What's most important to look for is to make sure that you are spiritually connected. When I say spiritually connected, making sure that the one that you're with, you can talk to him about, you all can talk about God. And it's not anything that is forced, it's genuine. You all have, that's a strong bond that can never be broken. When you're able to talk about God and be serious about God. The great qualities to look for in a man is a man that will put you first. Kind of like what Sister Fumi said. A man that will put you first in mind and in thought. He has to be a giver. And when I say a giver, it's not necessarily a monetary giving. Giving of himself. Willing to communicate, willing to open up about anything that is going on in his life. That way you're able to grow together. Because when you're able to open up and communicate, when that time comes, if he's that one for you, that's you all growing together to be best friends. Because when you all get married, you all now become one. And so those are a few of the qualities. Other ones, I mean, everybody has their own pick of what they consider significant qualities to them. And you just have to search within your heart. What is it that you're looking for in that significant other? What is it that brings you joy? What can they add to your life and what you can add to theirs? Those are going to be some serious things that you consider when you're looking for that significant other, whether male or female. The next question. When it comes to abortion, yes, we've heard plenty of vision for the women of the church and for the youth of the church. First and foremost, I just want to say if there's anything to prevent that from happening is to sustain from the action of sexual activity. Nobody's perfect. I know we live in a world today where it's flashed everywhere. It's on TV, it's in the cartoons. The kids are talking about it at school. The kids are doing it at school. If you look on the media, the internet, it's everywhere. It is everywhere. And the most important thing I would just say to our youth is to stay within yourself, remain pure. Because once you get out there, it's a battlefield. Once you taste it, that's it. You know, and you have to have a strong mind and a strong heart to be able to stay away from it. It's not easy, but I would say, I mean, don't do it. Don't do it. And if it happens, then consult your mother, consult your family, and consult God first and foremost, and he will direct you in the area in which you go, because children are a blessing, and that's nothing that we should take away from it. Again, I say, above all, try to stay away from it. But if it has happened or if it's happening, consult your family. I mean, consult God, consult your family, and you all become one and working through the situation.
Thank you so much.
All right, so I have two sets of questions for our Noors. So the question is, how important it is to marry someone from the same country, a cultural background, tribe as you?
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
I mean, it feels good to be back home. And I miss everybody. How important it is to be with someone. What's the question again? That part is just it's all about communication. When you marry someone from the same culture, you know, it's very easy in the sense that you can communicate with yourselves and understand yourselves to an extent. Now, marriage itself, it's from what, as a matter of fact, this month's going to make it 10 years that we've been married. But it's been a journey, you know, it's been a blessing. There's a whole lot in it that our parents can testify to. I'm just one of them, just working in the same footstep. Now, marrying someone from from the same background, culture. Like I said, it's just a way of it's a good thing in the sense that it helps you communicate, it helps you, to understand yourself easily. Now, from a different background and all that, there's a whole lot that you need to put in to make it work. And marriage is not 100% thing. We are all different people. We have different characters and different attributes. We need to come together. It's a 50-50 thing. We need to come. She has her own issues. You have your own. It's a matter of coming together and becoming one and pushing yourself together and making things work out. Because our family or your family, two different things, But in order for that to work, it's all about communication. It's all about sitting there and talking about it, getting to understand our people. Now, if you're from the kind of family that doesn't really care about culture, that's a different thing. But if she or he is from a family that actually takes that seriously, like no, you can't marry someone from another tribe, another country, and all that, it is going to be a big problem. But how to balance that out, it's all about talking. You got to sit down and find out what the parents are actually expecting from a man or from the fiancé or from the man or from the woman's side.
Thank you so much, Uncle, and happy anniversary to you too.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Okay, my take on that is that, it's good, for a couple or people to get married, people that are from the same culture or country to get married sometimes. But to me, it's not really important. The most important thing is loving each other. Myself and my husband were from two different cultures. I'm from Yoruba, he's from Delta State. So, but like what is said, it helped me to get close to his mom because he told me, listen, I want to spend some time with my mom all the time. So I have to always go there, sit down with her. It wasn't comfortable for me because she didn't like me in the beginning. But with that, she got to get to know me more, know my character, because what you're marrying is inside.
Yes.
It's not the beauty, it's not, it's not what you see, it's not physical, it's the character, it's from the heart. So when she saw that, when she saw my fruit, let me put it that way, the kind of fruit I exhibited, she fell in love with me. And that's why it all worked out for us. So that's my take on this. Thank you.
I have another question for you too. How important it is to be with someone that may or may not have the same religious background as you?
Amen. And that's you can't change anybody. That's just the truth. I wouldn't really advise that. I wouldn't advise anybody because it's gonna be a whole lot of headache. You don't want to put yourself into that and just stay away from that. I'm serious. Stay away and give yourself peace of mind. Because you got to think about the long run. You got to think about the future. The beginning might be sweet, but it's not always the beginning. It's what you're into. That, when you're there, both of you might just, okay, let's just say it's going to work. But I've heard of cases, people, and you can't change nobody. What I realize is you cannot change a man. If it's not willing to change, or a woman, if they're not willing to change, there's nothing you can do. False front is another thing. They can come up, oh, okay, I'm going to change, just give me some time, Man, it's not going to work. If a man, you can't change nobody, that's just the truth. They can change for a little while, but if it's not intent to change, if they're not willing to, they're just forcing themselves. For that period of time, when they get into it, then the true them is going to come out. The real them is going to come out, and you're going to be like, oh, this is the person that, you're not the person that got married to. This is a different person. So my thing is just stay away and pray God to send you your own flesh of the flesh. And when you see that person comes, it's going to love you for who you are, or respect you for who you are. Putting you first. Believe me, it's got its own people. It's balanced. It's not about putting someone first. It's balancing the thing. You got to balance the family. You got to understand that you have your own family. You also got to understand she has her own family. Now coming together is this now boils down to both of them, but mostly to the man. You got to understand that you need to you can't please everybody, but you got to do 50-50. Like I say, you need to bring your sibling, your family, and house merge somehow, make it 50-50. Show the same love that you show to your own family, to her own family, and believe me, it works. I mean, it makes everybody, be at peace. You don't want war in your home. Believe me. Amen.
The Bible says that when two people work together, it said they be in agreement. So my take on that is, if you're not from the same religious background as I am, then it's a no-no. Because, like you said, if the man promised you he's going to change, don't worry, I'll go to church with you, and then we get married. Trust me, he's going back to his religion, because that's what he's used to. You can't change anybody. And please, you be careful, because when you have a man who loves you for you, who is in there for you, the same religion, sometimes the devil brings somebody your way that you start getting confused, you start getting your head messed up.
The question is, should you discuss your marital issues with other people?
Praise the Lord. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Should you discuss your marital issue with anybody? That would be a no. That would be a big fat no. And here's the reason why. The Bible says in the book of, I think I wrote down, the book of Proverbs chapter 14, on the woman's side, it says a wise woman hold the wall of her house, of her home, of her family. I think it's most common to our women, if anything is going on in the family, they are quick to pick up the phone. And they are quick to call their friend. I mean, it's all good to have friends and buddy as someone you can discuss stuff with. But once you pick up that phone, or once you talk to someone about your marriage, see, in the spiritual realm, when you get married, there's a wall around that marriage. There's a wall being built around that marriage, because marriage is an institution by God. I would like to think it's the only institution that God established that a man will leave his wife. Will leave his parents and be one with his wife. One means you become whole. You become a force. You become a wall. And once something is happening in your home, you create a window out of that wall that is built around you. And in the spiritual realm, there's some spirit that when you talk or when you say something, they are messengers that you don't send to do anything. Once you say it, they carry that message. They spread it. They begin to spread it. They will spread it so far that some people you don't even expect to hear about your issue will start hearing about your issue. And it kind of triggers something in the spiritual realm. It allows things to start going downhill. Even if it doesn't go downhill, maybe it's just something like, oh wow, that toilet seat, you didn't put it down. Well, I didn't mean to put it up. Then click, you call your friend. Oh, you know what? He went out, he didn't put the toilet seat down. He was peeing, he didn't put the toilet seat down. Oh, and the friend was like, The friend was like, no, you can't do that. You need to do this, you need to do that. See, something has been triggered in the spiritual realm. And even if you are not that upset, because that's your husband, that spirit that I'm talking about got into that other person. See, anybody can be used by the devil. Even if I allow myself to be used, but you have to be wise sometimes. If I allow myself to be used by the devil, I will be used by the devil. So because we are all vulnerable spiritual beings. So when we have our home, anything happening in our home, first of all you need to do is pray. If something is happening, or there's something big happening in our home,
Instead of fighting or just flying up or just going crazy or picking up phone or calling someone, walk out, get some fresh air, come back, go on your knees and talk to God. You know, God, help me through this. The Bible said, lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge it. Book of Proverbs chapter 3 verse 5. Talk to God first. But overall, talking to someone about your marriage, your marital style, you don't even know. Maybe the person is jealous about your marriage anyway. Maybe the person is jealous about your relationship anyway. You don't know. But once you do that, oh yeah, they will start putting some stuff in your head. You should do this, you should do that, this is what you need to do, that's what you need to do. So things go down. That's how a lot of marriage can break up, because you can't keep your mouth shut. You can't leave the stuff in your mouth. You don't have to call your mom. You don't have to, I mean, you can be mama's boy and all that. I was mama's boy. I love my mom. You know, but not for once I would call her my mom for anything about marriage or anything like that. No. Pray first. So anything you feel like, oh, this is getting out of hand, and you've prayed, you don't know what to do. So, because some people will go to this bubble or a situation while they are depressed, they can't do this, I don't know how to solve this. Then maybe you can speak to someone, call a pastor, someone. You need someone that will pray with you, someone that is spiritually inclined to be on that level to lift you up. Talk to a pastor. We have so many pastors here. So talk to your father and the Lord and say, this is what's going on. They will call both of you, I'll talk to you, get some counseling or something like that. But open up that kind of warm of what's going on in your marriage and talking to people outside. Oh man, yeah, open the door. Then the devil will come in. Because all these little crazy spirits, I'll tell you, they're all around us every time. We don't see them. I think that's probably why God don't open everybody's eyes. Because if God should show you what is around you right now, maybe you'll be scared. Or when you're walking around and you see a spirit pass through you, but oh, what is this? But maybe that's why. So anything happening in your marriage, let it stay in your marriage. So what happened, like I said, what happened in Rome stays in Rome. Right? So what happened in your marriage should stay in marriage. Don't open your marriage to anyone. Thank you.
Praise God. Hallelujah. Praise God. Hallelujah. Praise God. Hallelujah. We thank God for all the wonderful lessons that our father and our mother have discussed with us. Now we're going to go into the second section. And this section will be for those that have really been in marriage for long. And in this section, there will be some of the questions that have already been answered that I will have to ask again. Because we want to get better understanding. You see, when people are dating, it's different compared to when they start living together. It's different experience. So there will be some questions that we're going to have to repeat. But my first question will go to my father, Special Apostle Ohumefu. How to handle pressure from family members when you haven't found someone to marry? I have two questions for you, but that will be the first one. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Yeah, thank the Lord for those who have spoken before me. I think it's very strategic that they post that question at me. Because I was one of those people that got married in their age of 50 or whatever it may be. But anyway, it's a very good question, and I'm so glad to take it. The key thing in life is this: in anything you do in life, right? Never allow pressure from any outside person. Do not allow pressure, because if you go into things when your mind is not set for it, it will never last. There will be confusion through it. So first, it should not, and even to parents, it should never be a pressure. It should be a reminder. That, because sometimes we tend to forget. You feel comfortable
it gets to, I didn't forget, but it gets to a point I really didn't want to. I really didn't want to anymore. But I couldn't tell anybody. People would come to me, I just keep to myself, oh yeah, I'm working on it, that kind of thing. But that reminder, right, that reminder kind of keep nudging you, says, you know what, there may be something good in what these people are saying. Gives you, you know, an opportunity to want to rethink your decision. But it should never be a pressure. So never in anything, not just in marriage, but in anything you do. Even pressure into going to profession, pressure into, because if a child says, if your mind, what you want to be is a teacher, and your dad or your mom is telling you, we want in our family, we want a doctor, and I say you will be the first doctor in our family. Trust me, that child may become a doctor, that child may be making money, but that child will never be happy. So never give in to pressure. But at the same time, never forget. Don't let what you are, don't let your selfish end sometimes keep you in a comfort way where you don't want to think about expanding yourself.
Thank you, sir. And the second question is almost the same. How important is it to listen to the Lord when it comes to relationship and marriage?
I think that's a good one. That's a given one. I mean, it is not just marriage. In anything in life, again, I know they kept saying marriage, but it's just anything in life. It is very, very important that you listen to the Lord. Because when you don't, at the beginning, just like those who have spoken for me have been saying, at the beginning, it may be sweet. The Lord has seen the end, because He's a God that sees tomorrow from today. So He has seen the end. The end, definitely, if He says don't do it, the end may very likely not be good. But sometimes in the process of it, when we mistakenly get into what we ought not to, what the Lord has asked us not to, if you now, ignorantly, not stubbornly, if you ignorantly not get into it, prayers do mend things, right? Prayer, God might mend it for you, whether you don't now, whatever it is that He's seeing will not become severe as it will have been. But in anything in life, always listen to the Lord. Because when you don't, there is a price for it. And the price is usually severe.
Thank you, sir. Our next question will be for our father and mother and his family. And the first question is how important it is to be with someone who does or does not have a prestigious profession, like doctor, lawyer, making huge amounts of money.
Yeah, lady.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. That question is a very good question. But what I want to advise people is that being a professional does not mean anything in a marriage.
Thank you. Nothing.
Because being a doctor, pharmacist, nurses, engineers, computer, whatever, it does not matter. What matters is that before you go into any marriage, just have been listening all day today. Do you really pray before you get into that marriage? Did God say yes to that marriage? Because marriage is a home. It's a place where a lot happens. But if you don't lay your foundation correctly, no matter what profession you have, it's nothing. Because we've seen so many nurses and husbands killing their spouses here in the US because of their professions, because they're bringing money. Now husband is jealous, or maybe the woman is not sharing. So there's not so much going around that being a professional does not matter. What matters most is love, is knowing God, in establishing your children and your generation to know God. That's the most important. So if you're professional, just an addition. That's just, Yoruba call it jara. Just something extra that God is giving to you. So even with that, don't be puffed up. Even with what God has given to you, know that it's just the grace of God that abounds. That's why That's why you are whom you are. So, because a lot of people in the marriage, they think because they have this, this title behind their names, they think they are all that. But know that it's God that has put you in that place. So be careful. God will help us in Jesus' name.
I will quickly go to the second question because it's kind of related. Does it matter who is the breadwinner in the house?
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Children of God. That one is a very tough one. The first one is very easy. I will not lie to you. It's very, very difficult, especially if the same woman is the breadwinner. Because you want your husband to be the one to take care of you, do everything. But what we forget to remember is that God, who has put you together, knows the reason why both of you are together. Yes. Because we are all helpers of each other. But for women, it seems a little bit difficult. So if you are going through that if you are a woman and you are going through that type of thinking that, why am I the breadwinner of the house? Go back to God and tell God to give you spirit of humility and submission. Because that's the only thing that can set you free from that arrogance that is in you. God give me spirit to submit. Even to yield to what God is telling me. Because God has put me in this marriage for a purpose. Until you understand that purpose of you being in that marriage and what God has bestowed in your hand, that's when you know that now I just need to calm down. I need to really know that God, it is you. Just continue to lead me. And I know God will lead us. Amen. So I just want to encourage us that in where God has placed us, we need to know that it's by God's design, not by anybody's design. God has given you that grace to make that money by His design, not by your design. God has given you that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to go to school, not by your design, by God's design. God placed you in that home for a purpose, not by your design, but by God's design. So, for this reason, let's calm down. Submit our husbands, respect him, and our husband, Papa, will love us. Because this is the reason. This is the type of love. And the love of God continues to radiate in our lives in Jesus' name. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. This is an interesting question. First and foremost, I want to thank the Symposium Committee for arranging this gathering. And the good Lord will continue to bless you in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. The questions of the importance of having a partner that is either a doctor, a lawyer, or in high prestige position, how important it is. To me, it is not